Amartya Sen is an Indian economist. He has contributed to several major issues of the welfare economy, include social choice theory, the definition of welfare and poverty standard, and he made incisive explosions on his research and was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economy for his reason. Amartya Sen was born in the Bay of the India, Bengal, Indian in 1933. In 1959, he received a PhD from the Cambridge University in the United Kingdom. Later, he taught in India, the United Kingdom, and the United States. In 1998, he left Harvard University to serve at the Trinity College in Cambridge, United Kingdom. He has written a human development report for the United Nations Developer Program and worked as an economic advisor to the former United Nations Secretary General Hihali. He also write a lot of a group of the economic books, including The Choice of the Technique in 1960, The Collective Choice and Social Welfare in 1970, On Economic Equality in 1973, The Employment Technology and Development in 1975, The Property and Fame in 1981, The Choice, Welfare and Measurement in 1982, The Resource Value and Development in 1984. One of the Amartya Sen's main contributions to public choice theory is to solve the problem called voting paradox. This problem can be explained by an example that includes three voters and at least three choices. Suppose that the first choice of the voter is A, followed by B, then the C, and then the order selection of the voter 2 is B, C, A. The voter 3's options are C, A, B. Their choice can be explained as far as the combination of the voter 1 and 3 is concerned, A has more votes than B. But between voter 1 and 2, the B has more votes than the C. Between voter 2 and 3, C has more votes than the A. There will be a voting paradox here, undermining the rule and the majority of the vote win. No matter what the voting result is, there will be a better solution approved by at least two people. The voting paradox is obviously an inherent problem to the public choice problem, and all public choice rules cannot avoid this problem. So, the solution proposed by Amartya Sen is actually very simple. Assume that the voter 1 selection order A and B has been switched. The new selection of order will be followed by voter 1 BAC, voter 2 BCA, and voter 3 CAB. Now, in the new votes, the voter 1 and 2, for voter 1 and 2, the B option is better than the C. For voter 2 and 3, C is better than the A. And for voter 1 and 2, B is also better than the A. So the voting paradox has disappeared. Only B has the majority of the votes. Amartya Sen observes in the above example that everyone agrees that item A is not the best choice. Therefore, it should be possible to extend his argument to meet any of the following three conditions. 1. All voters agree that one of the choices is not the best. 2. Agrees that a certain item is not the second best. Or 3. Agrees that a certain item is not the worst. When there are 4 or more choices, each subset in that includes a 3 choice must meet one of these three conditions. This is Amartya Sen's famous value limitation theory, and it produced the result that rule of the majority vote wings can always reach the only decisions. Oh, and his second major contribution is to introduce the concept of the personal choice uh, enrich the content of the public choice theory. In addition to the selectable element in society, such as the government's taxation policy, he printed private elements such as the personal gain. The arrangement of the private element is all evaluated by the owner of these elements. This situation is different from social element. He proves that there is a basic contradiction between respecting individual rights and making collective decisions. In other words, no collecting resolution mechanism can collect with respect for the individual. Also, finally, Amartya Sen overcome the problem derived from the impossible themes made of Arab, the Nobel gathers in economy in 1972, and fully demonstrated his wisdom in this regrets. His other contribution is about how to compare the level of the interpersonal satisfaction. The private academic literature mainly purports to treatment mirths, and Amartya Sen contribute to both mirths. One way is to relax the four hypotheses set by Arrow one by one, and examine the consequence of the relaxation. There's nothing bad about this hypothesis, but it's better to increase their information content. Arrows assume that the degree of the satisfaction between different people cannot be compared with each other, but Amartya Sen introduced the measurability and the comparability of satisfaction. He and other scholars prove that if more information is available, the scope of a reasonable social welfare function can be explained. Once the level of the person's satisfaction can be regarded as interpersonal comparable, you can already make different kinds of social evaluation.